Tzu Chi volunteers provide second-hand clothes to 1,000 children at Ndeja Primary School in Mozambique. Taipei Neihu Grounds Handicraft Workshop is busy making mask covers to battle COVID-19 epidemic. I'm Sean Scanlan. This is DaAi Headlines. The Ndeja Primary School in Mozambique has more than 1,000 students. Most of them are impoverished with few clothes to wear. Tzu Chi volunteers brought them 2,000 pieces of second-hand clothes collected in Taiwan. Children ran to school quickly with bare feet when they heard the news and couldn't wait to receive this gift of love.
It was heard that these days second-hand clothes were available for distribution. The children in Ndeja Primary School ran to school quickly. Most of them didn't wear shoes because they need to cross a river along the way. After a while, an area outside classroom was filled with students. The first lesson was to learn how to say thank you.
Grateful in Chinese means thank you, meaning that whatever you receive, you need to say thank you.
When the children received the clothes, they temporarily forgot how to say the word they just learned. Yet, they still received the clothes with a respectful heart.
Although Master Zheng Yan doesn't know any of you, she still loves each of you.
This love was sent to the kids with 2,000 pieces of clothing gathered from Taiwan, blessing every single child.
Water levels at dams in Penang are lower than normal because of reduced rainfall, leading to a water shortage. The Penang Government implemented various measures in response to this situation, such as reducing water consumption and making artificial rain to reduce water shortages.
Here is Penang, Malaysia. The time is now at 12 noon and the current temperature is 32 degrees Celsius. According to statistics from the Meteorological Department, February has the least rainfall in Malaysia. Everyone can see the grassland under my feet. It withered due to hot weather. Currently, the dams in Penang are also facing a water shortage.
More than 80% of our water from Penang is coming from the Sungai Muda. We draw the water into this Sungai Dua treatment plant, and then we send the treated water under the bridge. We have a submarine pipe onto the island. The rest of the 20% is from our own dam. The Aitam Dam, I think maybe less than 5%. The Lobahang Dam, which is about 15%. We also have the Mengkuang Dam, but the Mengkuang Dam only used for emergency. As you can see, the level is very low. The worst part is not only our own dams, but the Muda Dam, which release water to the Muda River, is very, very low, less than 10%, you know. So the crisis now is climate change is causing the weather to change. So we expect the rain to come, but the rain don't come.
According to the reports from Penang Water Supply Corporation, the total rainfall in the dam's areas between September to December is decreasing annually in the past 4 years. In response to this water shortage crisis, the Penang Water Supply Corporation reduced the water consumption of the Air Item Dam and Tekuk Bahan Dam and drew raw water from the expanded Mengkuang Dam to maximize the water production of the Sengkua Drill Treatment Plant for cloud seeding to make rain for Kedah and Penang.
Cloud seeding cannot guarantee one. If the clouds are there and the humidity is high and there is no wind, then if you seed the cloud, then there is good chance you will get the rain. But if you seed already, then the wind comes, it will rain somewhere else because there's no control up there. Of course, we try lah. While waiting for the rains to come, what we can do is we should not put more pressure on the system in the sense that people should start saving water.
We may not control the rainfall, but we can control our own water consumption. Only by reducing water use can we prevent the crisis of water shortage.
When talking about spices, one can't help but think about Indian food. Have you ever tried vegetarian Indian food? Using 20 different spices to make curry and other delicious desserts, A vegetarian restaurant in Malaysia's Malacca is going to take you on a tasty journey. Let's find out more about this special restaurant.
Turmeric, pepper, clove, fennel, and other spices make up delicious Indian cuisine. These spices are layered well and flavorful.
Actually, the concept of Sehat Cafe is traditional Indian cooking, fine-tuned to perfection, using only natural ingredients and cooked with lots of love by Indian mothers.
With natural ingredients as the basis, the owner incorporates Ayurvedic methods with their vegetarian cuisine.
I believe in ahimsa. It's about no harm. You should not kill to eat food. It's not necessary. We strictly ban the 3 white poison. No white sugar, no white salt, no white flour. And Indian cooking, they believe that anything that you cook should come from Mother Earth and prepared and straight to the stomach.
And I came here to the center because I believe in Ayurvedic medicine. I feel the difference because caring of what I eat, how I sleep, how I feel, and all that stuff.
Indian mothers cook with love to make sure all the items taste like home cooking, even turning vegetable roots into a delicious dish.
The little side dish that you have, even the biryani. I mean, the first thing that surprised me when he cut it out, it was the peanuts. You know, I say, oh, that's something interesting. It's delicious.
Cook with love. You know, no ketchup, no sauce, no 3 white poison. Use the natural spices.
Natural ingredients help fill the dish with positive energy, so customers may eat healthy meals.
The COVID-19 outbreak has led some people to take up a vegetarian diet. Tzu Chi volunteer Wu Jiang owns several vegetarian restaurants in Changsha, China. She provides free vegetarian meals to the staff of the obstetrics and gynecology department in a local hospital.
After you have eaten here, you will love the meals. On the first day when people resume work, the staff in the restaurant is disinfecting the place thoroughly.
The tableware has been soaked in boiling water and disinfectant for half an hour. After washing, we will soak them again in water because we will use them for doctors and nurses.
On the first day of work, this restaurant is closed to the public. The restaurant owner Wu Jiang, who is also a Tzu Chi volunteer, wants to cook thoroughly for medical staff. Her employees fully support her decision.
There will be 3 dishes and 1 soup. We have elkhorn ferns, xian gang, sliced pepper with cabbage, and a soup made with lentinous sage or kaju mushroom.
The owner wants to provide the best meal for the medical staff, regardless of the production cost.
This is quinoa, which is good for health.
I just want to let the medical staff realize vegetarian meal is delicious. I'm also determined to overcome any problems in my restaurant to meet doctors' needs.
When lunch boxes are ready and brought to the hospital, volunteers suddenly receive a call from the hospital that more orders are needed. So they asked the restaurant to prepare more food for delivery.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
My family also has quinoa, but it is expensive. It costs over $4 for 1 kilogram.
It is Tzu Chi volunteer Yang Zhengwang who is also a doctor and helped make this possible. Several volunteers pitch in to help and bring happiness to everyone.
I'm happy to see my colleagues praising how delicious the meals are. They seem to like them very much. I've been thinking of promoting vegetarian meal to them for a long time, and now it has already come true.
If you continue to work hard for your dream, it will eventually become reality.
To combat the coronavirus epidemic, Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers began to host seminars at local schools and hospitals to promote epidemic prevention, providing knowledge like hand washing, disinfection, and wearing masks. Doctors also recommend a balanced diet to enhance immunity.
Before entering the school, students are required to stop and wear masks as well as measure body temperature.
We are taught to wear masks every day. If we will forget, the teachers will give it to us.
Everybody said it was necessary to wash hands frequently and wear masks properly to prevent virus infection. We also need to pay attention to our personal hygiene and eating habits.
It's not only necessary to teach the students, but also its parents' minds. A seminar was held to deliver the concepts of epidemic prevention.
Because there was a doctor to illustrate directly, so I knew the difference between N95 mask and ordinary surgical mask now.
In view of the severe epidemic, Tzu Chi Indonesian chapter advocate preventive measures everywhere, including hospitals.
Yang lebih dianjurkan adalah pola hidup makan yang sehat dan gizi seimbang.
We have suggested patients to have a balanced diet and drink 8 glasses of water.
Yang cukup, salah satunya yang disarankan adalah sekitar 8 gelas sehari.
Doing more exercise can also improve immunity.
Yang teratur karena itu juga bisa meningkatkan daya tahan tubuh.
It is necessary to do well in preventive measures to protect ourselves from virus infection.
Taipei Neihu Ground's Handicraft workshop is usually the base for making relief blankets. At the moment, it's involved in the production of mask covers. More than 100 volunteers were mobilized to complete the task.
Cutting fabrics into suitable shapes. It was necessary to later cut it into the right size.
长度30公分。
这个100只。
Raw materials were packed and sold in an orderly fashion. Although the procedure was tedious, volunteers did it diligently.
First do this piece with only 0.5 centimeters for sewing.
The epidemic still continues to spread. Tzu Chi volunteers in different places were mobilized to make mask covers. Volunteers in Neihu Ground's Handicraft workshop were the first to take the responsibility to provide materials and to do research on making mask covers for medical and social uses. The production was changed many times to produce the best mask covers.
一个是表布，一个是里布，白色这个里布，所以这样子。
This is the front cloth while this is the back. Sew them together like this. The other layer is dark in color while the inner is white. They are quite breathable.
This place, where disaster relief blankets were made and stored originally, were well equipped. So when the mask making task was received, volunteers could arrange and start immediately. They also needed to produce 2,000 pieces of blankets simultaneously, so the production lines were set both indoor and outdoor. As there were more work, more manpower was needed. Volunteers from different places were mobilized to come to help.
Originally, there are 9 volunteers in one group and should be 27 volunteers in 3 groups. It turns out that a total of 51 volunteers came to help.
Volunteers who were good at sewing also come to help. Everyone shared their expertise. To mobilize 100 volunteers to help finish the task, protective measures were needed to be done properly. Every volunteer was required to measure their body temperature and sanitize their hands using alcohol before they start the job. They have tacit understanding to manage themselves well before contributing to the teamwork.
The outbreak of COVID-19 has inspired kind actions on the behalf of many groups. In Malaysia, Top Glove founder Lim Wee Chai has decided to donate millions of high-quality medical gloves to the front lines of the epidemic in China, as well as other critical outbreak areas. Here is more.
The daily output for top glove manufacturer reaches 166 million gloves a day. Because of the COVID-19 outbreak, the medical community has increased demand for gloves. For this reason, Top Glove founder Tzu Chi has decided to donate 3 million gloves.
我们在中国也有工厂，很快就他们的存货就送去了。
We have a factory in China and can quickly send stock. On the second day of the new year, we decided to donate, and a few days later, we carry out the delivery. We sent about 1 million gloves, but this wasn't enough, and over here we added some more. At Top Glove, we have about 1 million gloves, and in China about 2 million gloves.
Top Glove founder and his wife are Tzu Chi volunteers and entrusted Tzu Chi to deliver 1 million gloves to the affected areas. Tzu Chi volunteers even assisted in the packing of these gloves to get this equipment to the front lines as soon as possible.
Because time was critical, we did this, and volunteers saw that they could do this packaging work, and they did a little more to help.
After putting the gloves in the box, today we add the hospital information to the outside of the box.
Tzu Chi truly believes in giving back to society and also wants to lead his staff to do good deeds.
We need to support good actions. If you don't, when they have too much time, they will do bad things. So I think we should do charitable works to cut down on bad actions. We often say that cultivating a good person is like reducing one bad person.
Working hard to complete this task makes me feel like we are working with one heart. To help the people in China, we are giving with our heart sincerely.
Wait a minute and we will jointly bring them to the warehouse.
Working together with one heart, everyone is sending aid to the front lines of the epidemic.
Some say the eyes are the window of the soul, but what can be done if you are nearsighted? There's a rumor on the internet that tea brewed from dried longan and Chinese wolfberry, 2 kinds of traditional Chinese medicine ingredients, can reduce myopia. Is it really effective? Let's take a look.
Many in Taiwan are nearsighted, and to improve their vision, information on the internet says that one should drink a special beverage every day, made from dried longan and Chinese wolfberry. Some people have drunk it for 8 months and let the original myopia of 1,000 degrees has been reduced to just 200 degrees. Is it really so easy? Hear what the experts say.
Chinese wolfberry plus longan in a tea does not have any scientific basis for reducing myopia. Goji berries and longan can only alleviate visual fatigue caused by excessive eye use. For example, dry eyes or short eyes or light sensitivity.
In terms of true myopia, it is an irreversible state that will increase over time. It may increase slowly or increase quickly.
To prevent myopia from worsening, the most important thing is to change your habits. For example, you need to rest for 30 minutes when you use your eyes for 30 minutes at a close distance. The proper eye distance should also be kept to 30 to 40 centimeters.
Foreign research suggests having 2 hours per day of outdoor activities. Children are advised after school try not to stay in the classroom, but maybe play in the corridor or on the playground.
Doctors also suggest that you can take more fruits and vegetables containing vitamins such as lutein and anthocyanins. Once you have vision problems, you should seek out doctors for treatment and don't listen to false rumors on the internet.
Many middle-aged and elderly people may have less physical strength and vision than younger staff, with some bosses thinking they can be a drag on productivity. In 2015, the Ministry of Labor began to reward employers to create an environment to help older workers. Also, pre-employment training is creating a better environment for older workers.
Inside a food processing plant in Banqiao District, New Taipei City, nearly 10 staff members are busy in the kitchen. Six-year-old Chen Mingyu carefully adjusts the heat, occasionally putting on her reading glasses to inspect and stir the white fungus in the pot. Unlike ordinary kitchens, there are small pieces of paper glued to the walls and gas stoves.
有写着草莓，这样我就会知道这个是草莓的。
The large numbers and names of raw materials allowed Chen Mingyu to keep up with the production process even without her reading glasses. At the end of the production line, Ye Liqing, who is retired, though restarted employment 4 years ago. With the support of this device, the physical load on her arm is reduced by 70%.
You just need to steady it and pour the liquid in. This way your arm won't hurt. We designed it ourselves and asked others to do it.
Lin Ziliang is 70 years old and has worked in the public sector for 46 years. After retirement, he was promoted to an instructor at this cafe. He deeply understands the fact that middle-aged and elderly people need more time to learn new things.
If you teach too much to middle-aged people, they can't digest too much at once.
Lin Ziliang's secret is to frequently review and extend teaching and go over the subject again. The coffee shop also set up a bakery to allow middle-aged and senior employees to contribute their expertise. Transforming the shortcomings of elderly employees helps the company make good use of their advantages, such as bringing in stable customers and creating a unique corporate environment. However, many employers are worried about how to work with younger employees if they have middle-aged and senior staff. Lin Yiqing, one of the founders of the food factory, was once a member of the performing group Youth Theater. He tried to set rules for the workplace to minimize the differences between those over 50 and middle-aged and young employees before making them work together.
We don't discriminate between age as we have a harmonious and respectful group. The first article is the workplace is like a cultivation ground and we try to exercise our mind every day.
When we forget something, they'll always remind us with a smile. It's hard to be tolerant, but he doesn't make us feel shame.
I think it's actually about a willingness to communicate. This isn't dependent upon age, and as long as they can comprehend this communication, everything can be resolved.
Two different generations are cooperating in this coffee shop, allowing middle-aged and elderly people first write orders by hand and then working with younger store managers to enter the information into a computer to make a report.
What touched me the most is the fact that they treat this place like their own home. For managers, we will feel very relieved to let them run this cafe. If I continue to open another cafe, I intend to invite middle-aged people to work there. This kind of workplace ethic can reshape leadership and management. I feel that some courses are needed to assist businesses. The government needs to teach companies how to make good use of these middle-aged and elderly people.
In addition to earning profits to survive, enterprises should be willing to shoulder more social responsibilities. Although it takes more effort and cost in the beginning, in the long run, the social image and quality of employees will improve.
During the epidemic, volunteers have limited their visits, though in Zhejiang, volunteers sent 4,300 charms to help ease the local panic of residents. We'll leave you with this. Goodbye.